Good morning, Abundant Life Church. This is Pastor Chris. Today we're going to wrap up our study of John chapter 15, verses 1 down through 11. Jesus is the vine, we're the branches. The problem in a lot of churches is we agree with that, but we don't actually practice it because we think the vine is defined as what we want or what the church bully wants. Nope, 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 nope. The vine is defined as what Jesus wants. The secret to doing what Jesus tells us to do, the secret to being good branches, is really two things: love and deciding to obey Jesus. That's it. Love and deciding to obey Jesus. Let's look at love first. Jesus was very big on carrying on his work and doing it in love because he understood if you don't do it in love, it's not going to work. Verse 9, as the Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Now remain in my love. If you keep my commands, you'll remain in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commands and remain in his love. I have told you this so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete. Remain in my love. This is a recurring theme in John's gospel when he's talking about the Last Supper. You're going to be carrying on my work, but guys, you got to do it in love. If you don't do it in love, you're just giving me a bad reputation. You're not really accomplishing anything and you're making me look bad. There was the pastor that was before me at in Culver, the church before I came here. Was a young guy. It had only been there like 10 months when he had a massive heart attack and died. And it was a huge tragedy, but they put up a plaque at the back of the church to honor him. Didn't have his name on it, didn't have his picture on it. What it had on it was something he used to say at the end of every sermon, and it was good. It said, "Don't forget to make God look good." Oh, such a that is a great way to honor any pastor. Don't forget to make God look good. You're going to be carrying on my work. If you don't do it in love, you're not making God look good. This is the first thing the church needs to realize, that we have to serve Jesus in love. If we are serving him in love, we are tapped into the vine. The second thing is to decide to obey him. That sounds so simple, but it's a constant reminder. Most things in life that are hard really sound simple. Hey, you should eat right. Yeah, yeah, we should eat right. Okay. That takes every day going, let me see, the asparagus or the donut? That's an easy choice, but it's hard too. Obey Jesus. Are we doing this for our sake or for Jesus' sake? Are we doing it because it's our preference, or are we doing it because it's the right thing to do? Are we in the vine? Jesus is the vine, not us. Is this furthering his agenda? This means constantly reminding ourselves of this every day. Everyone likes hearing about companies that train their people to ask every day, what am I doing to make this company better? Should Jesus expect any less? What am I doing to make his kingdom better? What am I doing to honor him? What am I doing to help others? Pretty soon, what happens if we're tapped into that long enough, and if we're repeating that mantra long enough, we realize, I haven't even thought about my agenda or my preferences. Yeah, because those don't matter. What matters is obeying Jesus, our vine, serving his way, and doing it in love. I want to close by telling you one of my favorite stories. I was taking some classes when we were in the Fresno area. I was taking classes at a seminary there, and one of the assignments we had was we had to find a meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous and go to the meeting, and then write a report on it. And so I did it that night. I thought, well, get this checked off here. And so I went to an AA meeting, and I want to tell you, at this AA meeting, I was the only person there not chain smoking. It was just literally a smoke-filled room. There were about 30 people there. They all went around the table, and they all introduced themselves. I'm Jim. I'm an alcoholic. Hi, Jim. I'm Mary. I'm an alcoholic. Hi, Mary. They got to me last. From where I was sitting, I was at the very end, and I introduced myself. I said, I'm Chris. I'm a seminary student. I'm just here to write a report. And they said, Hi, Chris. I wonder if they're thinking he's not ready to admit his problem yet. Anyways, here's my point. At that meeting where everybody's chain smoking, everybody's struggling with alcoholism, at that meeting, I heard every dirty word I have ever heard in my life. I heard every combination of dirty word I have ever heard. I heard some new combinations. I heard some combinations of dirty words I didn't know could go together. Learn something. And you might think, well, is that pretty harsh and hostile? No, because I saw more encouragement there, more openness, more people saying, I am struggling, and people coming around to them saying, I'm struggling too. Hang in there. And I remember walking out of there thinking, other than the smoking and the dirty words, boy, I wish the church was like this. I wish we were more like this, more encouraging, more uplifting. I wish we were serving God more by lifting each other up, remembering our purpose, and doing it in love. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.